Hope everyone's family has remained safe, just like I say each and every week. And hopefully you guys have remained safe as well. First of all, it feels good coming back after a good road win. I thought our guys had a sense of purpose. Their focus was a little different than what it was in the past few weeks. More importantly, I thought it was huge, having an opportunity to be a part of history and watching Coach Reed accomplish the goal that he accomplished. And as we all know, history is a very long time. And with that said, hey, I'm all ears.
What's reasonable to expect from Josh Gordon this week, in now that he's gotten the call up to the 53?
Let me just say this. Josh has been working his tail off. The kid is a very, very unique athlete. He can do a lot of special things. We just want to make sure that we're bringing him along the right way. We want to make sure that when he's out there, he has an opportunity to be successful at the things that he can do. And the thing that I love about him, he's a very, very smart kid. He's very intelligent. Coach Joe Blameyer has done a great job with him. Pat and all those guys have surrounded him. They're supporting him, and they're doing a great job of lifting him up and helping him through this process. But the thing is we'll see exactly how it goes on game day, but we just want to take it one step at a time.
What do you think he gives the offense that you weren't particularly getting out of the current group?
Well, let me just say this, okay? We have a very, very unique group, okay? This group of receivers has taken us to the promised land over the past few years. The thing that I love about our organization is Brett Veach is always looking to upgrade the talent, on the roster. He's always looking. I mean, you guys have seen some of the things that we've done throughout the course of the year since we've been here. So, with Josh being out there, why not take that chance and bring him on board, especially with the culture and the good people that we have in that locker room, but not just in that locker room, in this entire building that has helped us to become the organization that we've become.
With that said, what does he maybe give you guys that maybe you didn't have in that room already?
You know what? Like I said, this is a kid that has had a great deal of success. He's done some great things, over the years. And the beauty of it is, hell, I had an opportunity to meet his high school head coach years ago out of Lamar High School down there in Houston, Texas. So knowing where that kid came from, knowing the talent that and the rich history that high school has in the inner city of Houston, and just knowing the history about him, why not get excited about a kid that can bring something, a new refresh of energy, into the building.
Coach, he's never really had any issues on the football field. I mean, he's obviously got the talent. His issues have been trying to be able to stay on the football field because he's been suspended so many times. I know you don't have time to be the dad for a whole bunch of guys on this team, but have you had a chance to talk to him about those things and making sure that the culture you guys have here can help him get through a season and do what he's capable of doing on the football field?
Well, we've obviously all have had, some type of conversation with Josh. But one thing, and I'll sit here and stand here, my job is to make sure that Josh maximizes the opportunities that are presented to him today. The only thing that matters is today, okay? It's not for me to comment on anything that this kid is going through, okay? Because one thing, this kid is a beautiful person. He's a beautiful soul. For whatever reason, we all have our own weights that we have to bear. So with that in mind, we're always looking for great people who happen to have a unique ability that can help us. But the thing that I want him to understand, there is no pressure for him to exceed his expectations. The only thing that we want is that he lives in the moment and maximizes this opportunity today. And you know what? We'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow gets here.
Coach, know how much you enjoy the competition every single week with the offense playing as well as it's been playing. How excited are you to go against this Bills defense? It's been statistically one of the best in football so far.
You know what? This defense is very good. I mean, these guys have been playing together for a number of years. Coach Sean McDermott, who I've known for eons, it seems like. Coach Leslie Frazier, we've worked together. I've known him for eons as well. Knowing those two guys and knowing how hard they work and how sharp they are, I'm not shocked nor surprised at the numbers that they put up offensively, but also the numbers that they put up defensively. Those guys are great defensive-minded coaches, all right? Our job is to make sure that we go out on Sunday and execute our scheme better than they do their scheme. Now, it's going to be a challenge. All right? This is a hell of a team. And the thing that I love about it is that we have an opportunity to play against a team that's striving to go to the Super Bowl. And so you always want that competition to be at a high level. And so our guys are focused. They're making sure that they're preparing with a purpose. They also have a plan of attack. And that way now, come game day, we can go out and do the things that we need to do to help us to be successful.
You
beat
had
Clyde? Go ahead. So,
You had back-to-back weeks of 100 yards on the ground for Clyde, and Darrell's been involved too. What advantages does maybe a tandem provide you that instead of just going with the one back?
I think the more the merrier. You know, the more yards you can put on the ground, this is the former running back coach talking now. The more yards you can put on the ground, the more pressure that it applies to the defense. And, you know, it's been good watching these guys do what they do. More importantly, it's been fun watching the O-line, open up those seams up front. And that's the thing that I love. These guys are developing a chemistry together. On top of that, you're seeing the receivers and tight ends getting blocks downfield. And then the only thing that's doing is it's helping Clyde to grow with his confidence and watching young Darrell Williams come along as well. And so it's good that we're doing this, and we want to continue this, all right? But when it's all said and done with, we also understand the importance of throwing the football. We got to make sure that we stay efficient and that we're taking care of the ball. That's the most important thing.
Eric, on first down, how massive or how impactful is it if you get 4 or 5 yards on the ground running the ball on first down versus maybe throwing it or having less of success running the ball on first down?
Well, let me just say this. I think whether you're running it or throwing it, you want to have some success on first down. Because one thing it does, it keeps you ahead of the chains. It puts pressure on the defense. And so our job is to make sure, and we'll sit here and say, every play is designed to go for a touchdown. But our job is to make sure we're putting our guys in the right situations to have success. And so we want to have that success because now we feel that we can dictate the game to the defense.
With Josh Gordon coming in, what is your message, or have you had any message really for someone like McCole who is trying to develop in the third year of his career, but also you're trying to incorporate a veteran? Is there a balance that you're trying to reach with McCole and where his role may be?
You know what? The balance has always remained the same, is when you're out there, you make the most of your opportunity. And that's what this is about. And then when you're out there, you make sure that you're accountable to the next man. What are you going to do to help him to be at his best? And when you're out there to make sure that we're doing everything under the sun to make sure that we can come away with a victory. And so it's just not for McCole. It's any player that is out on that field. We want our guys to go out there and be productive. We want our guys to go out there and be great. But more importantly, it doesn't matter who plays or who doesn't play. It's our job to make sure that we're playing for one another and that these guys understand the importance. If we do it together, great things can happen down the line.
When you got a guy like Josh who comes in and it's in mid-season, I mean, there's not really time to prepare the entire offense. Do you just focus on one role? You focus on the X? I mean, is it kind of things that Sammy did? Do you streamline the playbook for a guy like that?
Well, I say this. I think you have to because you want to make sure that that kid is comfortable with what he's doing. Now, I will say this. Josh has a very high football IQ. The kid is very, very intelligent. The kid is very, very smart. And you think about it, he's had an opportunity to suit up on a number of teams in this league. So he's gained a lot of knowledge over the years. So, understanding the person, but also the mental makeup, this kid here, he's more than ready. It's just about having that opportunity to get out there and show what he can do. But the thing that I just want to make sure of, and like I told him, I don't want him applying pressure to himself to feel like he has to go and be perfect. He just need to go out there and play and have fun.
You mentioned these other teams. Obviously, playing with a guy like Tom Brady and even Russell Wilson, elite-type quarterbacks, how much do you think that will also assist him transitioning to Mahomes?
I think it helps. I mean, those two have clicked from day one. I think more than anything, just the way they communicate with one another, sitting together, in the meeting rooms, those guys having an opportunity to sit there and just share information with one another and then having an opportunity to go out there and do it together on the field. I think all that matters You know, that's why I said, and I'm going to say this. I don't want to sit here and make any predictions, but I will say this, okay? As a father of two, the only thing that you want is the best for this kid. And I don't want this kid feeling pressure to feel like he has to put a cape on and go do something that he hasn't done in a while. No, I want this kid to have an opportunity to enjoy this moment. So that's why I'll say this. The only thing that matters is today. Let this kid enjoy today. And you know what? Tomorrow, we'll do it all over again.
The last couple weeks have been down weeks for Tyreek. Was this type of game from last week something that's going to boost his offense?
You know what? Tyreek, I'll say this. Tyreek is a kid that loves to compete. And the thing about it, whether his numbers are high or his numbers are low, Tyreek doesn't care. The only thing Tyreek cares about is winning. And if you had to ask him throughout that point in time, if it was 100 yards or in losing or 100 yards receiving and winning, or not 100 yards and not winning, he'll tell you he wanted to win. You know, Tyreek is he's a huge advocate for team play. Numbers don't matter to him, okay? And I know that sounds different, and I know that sounds like some coaching talk when I'm saying this to you guys. This kid is a football player, but he also understands this is the greatest team sport in all the sports that we play. And without each other, we can't do this. And so the only thing that matters is not necessarily the numbers. It's those alphabets. And you guys have heard me say this before, okay? It's about, did you get in the win column or not? You know, last week we had an opportunity to get in the win column. His numbers were high, okay? There's going to be some moments where we're going to have an opportunity to get in that win column, and his numbers may not be high, but he's still going to be the same kid.
Eric, Clyde mentioned to us on Sunday that it was Travis that developed the Tom and Jerry play. I just wonder from your perspective, as a veteran who's willing to draw up plays, or at least a concept, and be used as a decoy, just what does it say about Travis's maturity level and sort of where he is as both a leader and a player who can open up things for others and even assist the coaching staff?
You know what, and thanks for asking that question. Trav has made tremendous growth each and every year, you know. The thing about Trav is one of our leaders. And what I loved about, and I told him this on Monday, I told Trav, I am so proud of the way you conducted yourself on the sidelines. He kept the guys energized. He was on the sidelines keeping everyone in tune, talking about all the different things that they were doing. And you're talking about a guy that didn't really have good numbers, but the numbers didn't matter to him. The only thing that he wanted was to ensure that we can come away with a victory. And he'll tell you, he didn't play his best game. But one thing I am proud of him is that he was a leader, okay? He was a leader of men. And those are the things that you'll look back upon. And I know we're used to winning around here just because of the things that we've done in the past. But sometimes without no bad luck, you wouldn't have any good luck at all, okay? So we're watching guys come into their own. You know, we're watching the young Creeds who's becoming a leader up front, you know, and that's what's fun about this unit. That's what's fun about this team, is that these guys care about one another, but they also understand the importance of growing together. And these past few weeks have been a great, humbling experience for us that's helped shooting us in the right direction.
Did this game help the offensive line? Did they take a step forward, particularly in the run blocking?
Oh, yeah. Hell, I think I could have ran. I told Clyde I think I could have got at least 4 or 5 yards. Not 100. You know what I mean? It probably would have took me about 19 carries to get 5 yards. But I will say this, yes, the O-line is doing a great job. Coach Heck does an outstanding job with him, with those guys. Coach Corey, you know, those guys are fun to watch. And it's always good when the bigs are playing good. We just need to make sure that we continue heading in the right direction.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you. You guys take care. Thank you.